I'm back here with our pre-trial prep. The bizarre class trial begins again. Why was Chihiro murdered? Is the killer hiding within the group? Is there any help to be found in this series of murders? That's a good question. Let us open our e-handbooks and find out more. We have presents here. Who wants some coffee? Maybe my Celeste wants some? Maybe someone wants potato chips? We have many truth bullets here. 16 of them in fact. Very truthful. Oh, it's Celeste. Hi. A report card. Are you gonna report me? No. No reporto. Celeste, how are you? Regulations. Students may win the game. Wow. System. No. No. We gotta set our skills here for this trial. We got a menacing focus. Increases the focus gouts by 5. Effective during the class trial. Pretty good here. And then maybe we'll load up our melodious voice. We already got that. Now we have prepared for the trial. The trial, all rows.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. I wonder what was used. Make your argument. We have 3 truth bullets here. Locker room dumbbell, the library lamp, and genocide case file.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Alright, some kind of blunt instrument. No, the weapon that was used to kill Chihiro must have been in a locker room. So it must have been locker room dumbbell. Now where do I present the locker room dumbbell?
According to the Monokuma file,
How do I
the
play this
killer
again?
used a blunt
Whoa.
instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument?
Here are shooters. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction.
Chihiro's fatal
Oh,
injury.
it's something that's contradicting, so it must be the iron pipe.
According to the
Okay.
Monokuma file, the killer used
How do I
a
fast forward
blunt
again?
instrument. But
Well, what's going on? I don't know.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, I don't remember the buttons for this, man. No,
no, that's wrong.
that's wrong. It's not iron pipe. No. Break.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Damn, Coco, that is crazy. You like to look at wounds?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Creepy, but you gotta investigate. Find the evidence, no matter how creepy it is. 3 dots, Coco. 3 dots.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer? Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reaction. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Good luck and have fun. And I remember I said something and I forgot what it was. Circlings, I think. No rush. Now I have the same truth bullets, but I have to use them. Probably the Genocide Jack this time.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
I'm shooting the bad text here. The evidence that shows Genocide Jack is related to the case, it has to be the Genocide
culprit
Jack.
is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
So let us shoot.
That's impossible!
Why? What makes it
Well, I mean...
I need to find the
there's
place to
just no
shoot.
proof for it.
Phew, I barely hit that. I almost hit the white noise. That was crazy, bro. Break it. Don't break
I
it.
might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Oh, boob lust. Yeah, you got it right.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Oh, bloodlust, damn.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, we know the word bloodlust, not what it's. How is a position with tying them up, dudes? Yeah.
I got it!
Yeah.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Toko?
What?
How are you?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
I cannot believe it, Toko. You are Genocide Jack. If only, calm down.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It does seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? Oh boy, we better open up our Hangman's Gambit. H. S. Help. Help me. What? Help. What? What does it mean? It must be like schizophrenia.
Now I understand.
She's like a two personalities.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
One thing that shows Toko could have a split personality that has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed after she fainted.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Kia ha 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 ha. Wow, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Kia ha 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 ha. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Hello. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Oh my god, Toko told him a secret and he's just telling everyone about it? Wow, that is not cool, Byakuya. You should be nicer to Toko.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, You wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promises. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Go out with you? You are stuck in a school where people are killing each other. Why can you think about such things?
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge authority echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Damn. There.
Wow, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
The Genocide Jill, who are you and what happened to your eyes?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality!
Wow, not only is her personality split, her tongue gets extra long. I bet it could be used for some good things like licking a taco.
So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
I agree, Sakura. She's acting quite different. Toko has become a long-tongued.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Creepazoid, I like that word. Quilby.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
Wow, she crazy, dudes.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
What motive could there be?
A motive?
I agree, Ogre. A motive. What motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Oh, so her secret was the Genocide Jack split personality. Oh my god.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
But she's fine. It's like She is Genocide Jack right now. It's totally fine, dude.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Ja, jag agree, Celestia. Bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Oh boy, what a weird situation. Is she a monster or just a Toko? Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. It's time to spin the camera in circles and make the argument. I have 3 bullets. I have the lamp, status of the dead body, disappearing stain. Where's the options here? What was the status of the body? Her hands had been suspended and low to the head. And the disappearing stain. And the other I don't think is relevant, but it was the lamp, I think.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
What did you just say? Modus operandi? What the hell is that? Is that another word for motive? Modus operandi.
Give it up. You killed her.
No, I didn't. You lied. It's not me. It wasn't me. Is Genocide Jack really the killer? I feel like something doesn't match up.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really...
So, as you see, a Genocide Jack here. They were all mounted to a nearby wall with scissors. I don't know. I'm guessing the status of the dead body and the other option there must be true, man.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi...
Modus operandi. Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. What? What did I say? I don't know. I broke it. Sorry, everyone. I broke it.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, I mean, she is supposed to pin them against the wall with scissors.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Human garbage? You need to watch your mouth, Genocide Jill, and your face is going back and forth very fast on the left side.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Oh man, I like Chef Boyardee. Did you know that we had Chef Boyardee in Iceland, but then it became illegal to move... It was illegal to, like, move it into the land. I don't know. It was something to do with meat products not allowed to be moved in. And we couldn't have any more Chef Boyardee. So I cried every day without my Chef Boyardee tortellini lasagna bondiera. Thank you. You're welcome.
This is no creation of mine!
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are 2 clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There is one clear difference between the Probably the injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In
Yeah.
the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
With scissors. Multiple stab wounds across the body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were used to later attach the victim to the wall.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yeah, that's right. So why would the Genocide Jack kill without the scissors? That's a good question, Makoti.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Oh, pesto sauce. I like pesto. So, Genocide Jill, can you give me some of your pesto sauce on my tortellini?
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. She is supposed to be, like, hung on the wall with scissors, but she was tied up, dude, Manuel.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
The scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
That's actually quite painful. You cut through the body and into the wall. That is quite painful. I wouldn't want to be scissored like that.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? We got McDonald's?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Probably he filmed me because he's big.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
A pattern? That is a oops. Transcript reporting.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Wally. Wallerino. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims and Chihiro didn't fit in. I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. It's probably because she was a girl and the file only showed the dudes. Why would she kill a girl?
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
You talking about, dude?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Hello? Ken, Tatsuhiro Honda, Gaku Kano Issei, Takeshi. They were all schlongs.
Guys?
Yeah, man, they were guys, man.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
Fan madam? That sounds like a very good word.
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
I want some ramen. Yeah.
I have too much and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
Wow, she got scissors, bro.
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Why is Toko so
Not to mention, I
crazy?
have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. It could be Byakuya, because he had access to the files. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. It must have been Byakuya, dudes, because he was reading about it in the library.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
He's not saying anything.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Okay.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they are suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Agree. Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
But no one knew that Chihiro was dead until the corpse announcement. Body announcement.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure, dude. Next, we're going to add something called Truth Flashback. If you aim at the weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you will memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. I don't know. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullet, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you will just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. No rush 5 minutes circlings. Make your argument. Monokuma File 2.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
What?
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Wow, the girls' locker room must be a very nice place. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there. I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of
weird. Whoa. I got it before they found the body.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girl...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro.
But we haven't found the body. Oh, what happened? I cannot remember the controls, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, that's wrong!
We didn't know it was Chihiro, man. Before there was no one...
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered like it's a Phoenix Wright game, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
I'm not finished. I never finish early. I last very long.
There is.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? That's a good question. Let us spin in circles while we make our argument. Disappearing stain, Celeste's account, and on land. Wait. What did Celeste say? I forgot. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes in a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Thank you, Celeste, for telling Makoto.
You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
You've never seen that rope. The proof that Byakuya did it is hidden within the rope. I guess it's possible, but first... The item she had been bound with was used like rope, but was it actually a rope? Oh, I guess we are using the library desk lamp because it's the extending cable for that lamp. The extension cord had gone missing at some point, and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. Someone removed the cord. Oh no.
You want me to explain it again?
Library desk.
When I want to kill, I use those
Time to fast forward to Byakuya's statement.
Then there must be something.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope
I'd never
before.
seen that man in my life. I'm freezing the time
No, that's
with my
wrong.
focusing. Break. Thank you.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Yeah, Byakuya. It's from the library, the desk lamp. Oh my god.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say,
Extension cord.
that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
An extension cord.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Yeah, I totally agree, dude. 5 out of 5.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
That's impossible. If he would go to the girls' locker room, he will be shot by the gun. Pew pew in the hue.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. Make it stop. He's totally calm. He doesn't look that calm. He looks crazy. Totally unconcerned. He looks pretty not unconcerned to me. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Win the game?
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second?
I have to go take a number 2.
I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
You can't kill her in the girl locker room because you will be shot by the gun.
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. That's a good question. Let's see what's not right, Makodi. Byakuya's remarks just now. There's something in there that concerns me. I guess it must be the scene of the crime, because Byakuya has a schlong, but if you go with a schlong in the girl room, you will become Swiss cheese.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya would have been so confident until now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. I need to just focus on those things that got switched. This one here. Locker room carpet disappearing stain. The carpet's removed. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Or it could be disappearing stain. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain. It must be this one. It sounds more likely. Disappearing the stain. That is your proof, sorry, but you are ridiculously wrong. That's not the best you got, is it? Now's the time to show me your best reasoning.
Shoot!
Looks like I just embarrassed myself. Fine, it's the other one then. It's the boys' locker room. What about this? Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. Maybe it's this one. But I'm gonna try boys' locker room carpet. No, first I had to prove the scenes were switched. Okay, the pictures then. Someone moved the pictures. Swapped the pictures.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Oh my god, yeah, it is.
The poster in the girls' locker room was
Very big bob.
a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
Wow.
But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Why? Do you have something against a big boob?
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Maybe.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had
A hot boy band for the boys.
a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Tornado! Whoa! Look at their hair colors, they're all different. One of them has a orange, one yellow, one red, one teal, and one dark blue purplish.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Why not? Do you have something against Tornado?
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Yeah, I think the big boobed supermodel wants to be in the boys' room. And the girls are looking for the Tornado.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yes, you're a protein coffee. Whatever that is.
Protein coffee?
Yeah, it's like coffee with protein in it.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
Why would you do that to the coffee? It's like supposed to go inside you and not on the floor.
But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Wow, someone is really good at cleaning. Maybe Leon did this. Maybe Leon is still alive. No, it's not that stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Because here I have evidence. In the boys' locker room there is the stain. But the stain is supposed to be in the girls' locker room. How can this be?
I got it! the stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Wow, you really remember what your stains look like. Ogre.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
I don't know, you tell me, Celestine.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh my god, you do? Tell me, Yasuhiro Hakakuri.
I highly doubt that.
Very doubting the Celeste is.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Okay, tell me, I believe you. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Let's find out. Let's make many arguments here. We have 3 bullets, a boys' locker room carpet, broken e-handbook, 2 locker room posters.
Is it really possible?
Well, that's the good question, Celeste. Let us look at the broken e-handbook. Yeah, the broken Leon. She could have used Leon's handbook.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I got it!
You got it?
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Damn, what a hacker.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Hacker man.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
No, he couldn't have used... Chihiro couldn't have used Leon's, because Leon's handbook was broken. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read that. Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But that's if she was able to use it, but it's broken. Let us fast forward to the place where they mention the Leon handbook.
She used the thing that was...
Huh? What?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. I do not agree with you. No, I break your argument.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Who broke his handbook?
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Lol.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
so I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Wow, calm down. You can't vote already. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya was the one who did it, really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
I'm holding on, Coco, for you. I will hold on as long as you want. How long do you want me to hold? On. Second, eh?
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that,
Coco, what are you gonna tell us?
why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
What? We can't take a break.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, man, the teddy bear won't allow that.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Oh, I'll see.
For real?
For reals?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Okay, let's go somewhere. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Coco in the lead. And where she took us was... Hey, we're back visiting Chihiro.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You wanna check it again? You really like checking out them dead bodies.
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way!
Why not, Hifumi?
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Can I have Toko back?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
There's too much screwing around. Kids, stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
I don't think Chihiro minds because she is dead. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Oh my god, did you get an overpowered path?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
A boy? How can that be? She was such a girly girl.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Thank you. You look awfully calm, Hifumi. That's better.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Yeah, look at that. She's like a Super Saiyan.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was... a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
A dude? Pretending to be a girl? Oh my god!
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
What? What's wrong with cross-dressing? Or dressing whatever you like? It's just clothing. I wanna dress naked.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Very interesting indeed, Coco. You already found out that Chihiro had a schlong. Or a tiny fireman.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
Whoa, that means Coco has been like examining too much. Coco, you are very naughty.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Okay. Thank you, Coco, for touching the body.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Okay, I'm very excited to resume the class trial.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Oh my god, a boy. But he was acting like a girl with a girly voice. This is terrible news. What will we do? Look at the bare face on the right. It's going crazy.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I cannot believe this. We have to look at Chihiro's report card. Ultimate Pro Gamer. I don't know anything about Chihiro. Except his chest, very small. He got smaller chest than me. No bobs. No bobs. To think that Chihiro was actually a dude. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
The boys' locker room. You're right. He has a Johnson, so he can easily go into the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Oh, please tell me more. Did you see a bulge that shouldn't be in his pants if he was a girl?
This is the most titillating situation!
Titillating? I totally don't know what that word means, but I agree with you, Genocide Jill.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Yes, Byakuya, you sound very smart. You must have over 10 IQ.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I don't know.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Nani?
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was wrong, everyone. I don't think it's him anymore. I'm sorry.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
Overt? That is a word I do not understand. Like, overt would be like too much, I guess.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
A guy?
If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Wait, Chihiro was a guy. That means it follows the rules of Genocide Jack's killing spree of only the dudes.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
What? You would mess with the crime scene?
Are you fucking with us right now?
Oh my god.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Oh, I like effing. Byakuya, you don't want to say fogey, you only want to say effing? The truth. I can't believe this.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
It was Shaki. Banana shower.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Yes, Coco, I totally agree. With your purple eyes and light pinkish white hair and super smart looking clothes and stuff.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
I don't want to die here. Then I'll have to wait for my respawn timer.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Thank you, Celeste. I love you. Long.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Okay.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Yeah, the most true I ever heard.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be for sure that we know about the killer. The killer is a guy. The killer is a girl. The killer is Genocide Jack. We cannot... the body was moved from the boys' room to the girls' room, so the killer must have been a dude.
A gun!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boy's handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. It's time to make many arguments. We have 3 truth bullets: the lamp, the stain, and Celeste's account. I have to remember Celeste's account again. On the night before the murder, Chihiro was leaving the warehouse. Exercise clothes on her way to exercise, but no clothes were found. Only Celeste told me. Thank you, Celeste, again.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah, Celeste did.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
No!
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, Celeste
It's not like
did.
they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
No, not game over.
No! Not game over!
Not game over. Not only do we have no info on the killer, but nobody even saw the victim before he died. But is that actually true? No, because Celeste saw the victim leaving the warehouse.
Isn't there a single clue?
Did nobody get
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim?
The killer.
No. Celeste. Celeste, tell us more. Celeste, you have to tell us more, Celeste, or I will break the game.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto?
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
That's very interesting. Why would he be in a hurry?
But why would he be in a hurry?
That's what I
Only
said.
if someone
Oh my
were
God.
waiting for him, I should think.
Celeste, you and me are one together.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
Mr. Fujisaki, can you just say Chihiro and not confuse me?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Really, Coco? Let's have some cocoa together and talk about cocoa beans.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Oh, is it you, Coco? I can't believe you've done this.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Are you telling me Coco has a slong in the dude in the boy locker room?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
What?
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Let us make arguments while spinning in circles. Load up our truth bullets, Celeste's account, desk lamp, disappearing stain.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
Wait, what?
This exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Are you saying there is something off about what someone just said?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to... Why did he choose the specific...
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked that it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
My tracksuit is black. I feel like
I have a white track. I got it from the
Did any of that really help us?
No way. Not a chance.
So,
You heard him, right?
yes,
What
I
he
heard him,
just said.
Togo. Calm down. I mean, Toko. So Mondo says, my suit is black, so he was not matching mine, because Mondo was waiting for Chihiro in a black jumpsuit. So I think he like said something
First of all, we know where
not that he
Chihiro
did not mean to say.
Why did he choose?
What do you mean?
I got it! It matched
So
the one...
let's,
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
I don't know, man. You tell me, I don't know. The hoagie are you talking about? Just shut up, you little douche.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. I messed up.
First of all,
I'm
we
sorry.
know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way. So next we have to ask, why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! He picked... It matched the one the...
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising.
I have a white track. I got it from the warehouse.
Did any of that really help us get any...
No way. Not a chance.
You
Maybe
heard him,
I'm
right?
supposed to use one of the truth bullets.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Maybe I'm supposed to
next we
use
have to
Celeste's account. Oh my god, I don't know, man.
Why did he choose?
What do you mean, the...
I got it! It matched the one the...
So, the killer was wearing
Maybe
the
I'm
same
supposed
blue
to capture
tracksuit
this
as
blue
him?
and
My
the
tracksuit
black.
is black.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Shoot!
I don't know, man.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was
I
headed. He
don't
was on...
know. Celeste's account. Blue exercise clothes, and she did not tell anyone. It must be Celeste's account again.
So next we have to... Why did he
It
choose?
must
What
be
do
the
you mean,
black
the-
one.
I got it!
I don't know.
It matched the one the...
So, the killer was wearing this...
My tracksuit is black.
What am I doing? I don't know. You tell me.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
Okay, I don't know, man. Same blue tracksuit as him.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
What did you say, Mondo Burger? I don't know, man. Same blue tracksuit. How did he know it was a blue tracksuit? Because Celeste only told me. Did she ever mention the color? Maybe she didn't mention the color, so it's strange that Mondo knew the color.
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel backpack. And then I assume he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
I thought she did, so I didn't realize. Sorry, everyone.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
Blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
Only Makoti.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Wow. Who's Cherry?
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
Yeah, Cherry.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
We're dealing damages here.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Wow, Coco, you're so smart. Why do you have him suspicious?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting, because I hate him. Wait, what? Am I answering for Coco? Or am I saying something? Probably not because he hates him. Or the way he was acting, probably.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Oh.
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
What's a chick? Coco, are you a chick? Or are you a chicken?
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
When did he say dude?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Maybe he thought Chihiro was a dudette. Doody.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Coco, are you a witch? Oh no.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Who could have done that, Coco? You tell me.
Mondo, Was it really you?
I can't believe it, Mondo Burger. Did you kill Chihiro? Cherry.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
I cannot believe it, Mondo.
I didn't kill anyone!
Oh, he's innocent, everyone.
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Yeah, and Coco, you finished quickly.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
Maybe we need some, a pencil sharpener so we can get the lead from the pencil. I don't know what I'm saying.
My time has nearly come.
Okay, Hifumi, what do you have?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Your ghost?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
Whoa, you found an e-handbook?
What do you have there? It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro, Mondo, or mine. Probably Chihiro, because he's the only one who would have left it behind, right?
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, are they unable to break, or do they just break all the time, Mr. Bear?
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Yeah, you're probably lying.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
By doing something that made it break. How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. Hacking it, exploiting a bug, or by hitting its weak point. Probably a weak point.
I got it!
Like a giant enemy
You
crab.
already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?